नमस्कार विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, मी विवेक कुमार आपलं स्वागत करतो आपल्या चॅनल जी के ज्ञानमध्ये. आज आपण प्रेशर मेजरमेंट अँड हायड्रोस्टॅटिक या युनिटमधलं अप्लिकेशन ऑफ हायड्रोस्टॅटिक लॉ अँड पास्कल लॉ आज बघणार आहोत आजच्या व्हिडिओमध्ये. तर चला स्टार्ट करूया आजचा हा व्हिडिओ लेक्चर विच इज बेस्ड ऑन अप्लिकेशन ऑफ हायड्रोस्टॅटिक लॉ अँड दी पास्कल लॉ. So we learn the hydrostatic law and the Pascal law. So first we will see what are the applications of hydrostatic law. First we see the applications of hydrostatic law. What is meant by hydrostatic law? We learned in the previous lecture. Hydrostatic law states that the variation of pressure in vertical direction above the datum or reference plane in a static fluid is given by dp by dz equal to minus gamma, or it is minus rho g, that is specific weight or weight density. My specific weight. Okay, got it? Where z is vertical distance measured from the datum, Okay, so this is the hydrostatic law. So what are the application? We will see one by one. Here we taken dp by dz as minus rho g or minus gamma. Here for that purpose we have taken the above axis, that is this is x axis and this is z axis. Z is the vertical distance. Okay, if sometimes the question will be asked that the vertical distance is y and horizontal distance, this will be x and this will be y and this will be z. So how can you write the hydrostatic law? So you can write down the hydrostatic law by dp by dy is equal to minus rho g. dp by dy is equal to minus rho g. Here what matters? Only vertical distance matters. It may either y or z. Remember the basic law. Remember z is the vertical distance. Okay, so this is the hydrostatic law. Now we will see the applications of hydrostatic law one by one. The first one we see changes in pressure correspond to changes in elevation. Changes in pressure corresponds to changes in elevation. Okay, so if the change in the z direction, this is vertical z direction, this will be x, so this is called as the elevation. This vertical height is called as the elevation. So if the elevation changes, similarly pressure will change. Okay, elevation changes, then the pressure will change. This is the first characteristic or first application of the hydrostatic law. Then second, you write down. Second will be if one travels upward in the fluid, if one travels upward in the fluid, that is positive z direction, the pressure decreases. The pressure will decrease. If one travels upward in the fluid or positive z direction, the pressure will decrease. So we will see here how it will work. So let this is the reference plane, reference line or reference plane. Reference plane where z is 0 and the pressure correspond to this z0 is denoted as P0. This will be pressure. Okay. So here you are moving in the upward direction. So it will be positive z direction. Let this is point A. This point A, and the pressure at this point will be PA. Okay. And here the fluid we are using are incompressible fluid, that is density is constant. It is incompressible fluid. Okay, that is the incompressible fluid. So there will be change in the variable is, you will see. So we know the hydrostatic law is dP by dz minus rho g. So here change the variable here form. How can you write it? dP equal to minus rho g into dz here. Okay, here dz. Now integrate on both sides. So integrate dP here minus rho g, integrate dz. Here rho is constant and g is also constant, that is acceleration due to gravity. Now put the limits on integration. What are the limits? We have to find out. What are the limits? So pressure change from here at this level, pressure is P0. So will be P0. The higher level will be the pressure at point A will be PA. So it will be PA. And Z will be changed from 0 to positive Z. So here limits will be 0 to Z. Okay. Now you can integrate with the help of limits and find out what will be the exact value. So we know dP integral of dP, your limit will be PA and P0. Here minus rho g, integral of dz will be z. So here z minus 0. We will put the limit. So here will be PA minus P0 equal to minus rho into z. Okay. So now PA will be, therefore PA equal to P0 minus rho into g into z. This is the value we get PA. Okay, here we will get the PA value. So from the reference pressure rho gz, this is the reference pressure. Here P0 will be the reference pressure. So from reference pressure we are subtracting the value rho gz. Okay, so it means that the pressure will decrease. Pressure is decreased. Are you getting point? Are you getting my point? The pressure will decrease because we are subtracting the rho gz pressure, rho z value of pressure from the reference pressure P0. That's why if you are moving in the upward, that is positive z direction, pressure will decrease. Are you getting point? So note down here what you are doing. You are from reference pressure, rho gz value of pressure is subtracted. So that's why if you move in the upward in the fluid in positive z direction, the pressure will decrease. Got it? Now the third property or application, if one goes downward, that is negative z direction, the pressure increases. Now we see here, take this is the reference plane once again, where z is 0 and the corresponding pressure with respect to reference plane P equal to P0 at this point. Now you are moving in the downward direction, moving the negative z direction. So here z is negative. Okay, and let this is point B, and the pressure at this point will be Pb. Okay, here also rho is constant in compressible fluid. Okay, so we know dP by dz is equal to minus rho g. Now change the variable, dP minus rho g into dz. Now integrate on both the side, integral dP minus rho g integral dz. Now put the limits on integral. What are the limits? We know pressure changes from P0 to Pb, because at this point the pressure will be P0 and at this point pressure will be Pb. So P0 to Pb. Now for z, dz integral will be 0, for this purpose 0 to, this will be minus z. So what is the integral? So it will be integral of dP will be P, so it will be Pb minus Po directly, we know. Now minus rho g, it is the constant, it will be, what is here, minus z and minus 0. So here Pb minus P0 equal to, here minus rho g into minus z, so it will be positive. So Pb minus P0 equal to rho gz. So Pb equal to Po plus rho gz. So this is the value we get. If you move downwards in negative z direction, the pressure will increase. With this equation we know, here we are adding rho gz value of pressure in the corresponding reference pressure. Therefore Pb increases. So got it? Here we are adding the rho gz value of pressure in the corresponding reference pressure. Therefore at point B, if you are moving downward, that is in the negative z direction, the pressure will increase. Got it? This is the third concept. Now we will move to the fourth one. What is the fourth one? Fourth one say, if one moves along a horizontal plane, the pressure remains constant. If one moves along a horizontal plane, the pressure remains constant. So we will see here with the diagram it. This is the reference plane. Here z equal to 0. Okay, z equal to 0. Here if you move from, let this will be point C and this will be point D, and if you are moving from point C to point D along a horizontal plane, what will happen? Here z will be constant, no change in dz, z will be constant. So z will be constant, so pressure will also constant. So pressure, there is no change in the pressure, so pressure equal to constant. Here no change in pressure as vertical distance z is constant. Okay, z is constant. Are you getting my point? So if you move along the horizontal plane, the pressure remains constant. These are the important property. Now the fifth property is the pressure of the fluid always act perpendicular to the wall in contact with the fluid. So what will happen? The pressure is the important point. The pressure of a fluid always acts perpendicular to the wall in contact with the fluid. So remember this point. If this is the wall and this is the fluid, so pressure, that is always act perpendicular to the wall of fluid. This is the important point. Okay. Now the sixth property, the values of the pressure acting at any point in the fluid at rest are equal regardless of its direction. Okay, what is the values of the pressure acting at any point in a fluid at rest, it is important, at rest are equal regardless of its direction. That is, pressure is scalar quantity. For example, if this is a fluid particle which is at rest, so whatever will be the pressure act on the fluid regardless of its direction are of same value, that is P. Are you getting point? So pressure acts on a fluid which is at rest is equal in all direction. Okay, this is the property. So these are the some applications of hydrostatic law we have seen. Okay, now consider the concepts. Some concepts we have to done here. Consider the equation we have done earlier, that is in point number 3, PB equal to P0 reference plane plus rho into G into Z. This is done in point number 3. Point 3 property or application, where you are moving in negative Z direction. If one travels or if one goes downward direction from the reference plane, the pressure will increase. This is the third point. So here, in general, rho Gz is called pressure due to column of fluid. Pressure due to column of fluid, rho Gz. And this is called as simply pressure, reference pressure. And this is the positive. And therefore, this PB is called as, what is called as piezometric pressure. Piezometric pressure. Are you getting my point? So here piezometric pressure is sum of pressure and pressure due to column of fluid. So here write down piezometric pressure. What is piezometric pressure? Is sum of pressure plus pressure due to column of fluid. This is the important point. Are you getting my point? So this is called as the piezometric pressure. Is the sum of pressure and the pressure due to the column of fluid. Now next we know, similarly we have taken PB equal to P0 plus rho Gz. Now divide this equation divided by rho G, that is specific weight. So it will be PB by rho G equal to P0 by rho G plus, here rho G cancel, it will be Z. It will be Z. And this term you are measure, the units will be in terms of meters of liquid. Meters of liquid. It is meters of liquid. Any liquid, it may be water or mercury. So in terms of meters of liquid. Okay. And this is called as PB by rho G is called as, what is called as piezometric head. It is called as piezometric head. Piezometric head. So piezometric head is equal to, this will be pressure head, this will be pressure head plus it will be Z will be, it is called as the potential head. We know Bernoulli's theorem. What is Bernoulli's theorem? Bernoulli's theorem is sum of pressure head plus velocity head or kinetic head plus potential head is constant. We know, I will write down here Bernoulli's theorem. Bernoulli's theorem. What is Bernoulli's theorem? We know it is P by rho G plus V square by 2G plus Z equal to constant. It is called as the total energy. Here P by rho G is called pressure head, V square by 2G is called kinetic head, and Z is called as the datum head or potential head. Potential head. So similarly, we write down here piezometric head is equal to pressure head plus potential head. Okay. This is the terminology we have used. Now the important concept. Here we have to write down the important concept for solving the numerical. So this is the reference plane. We mark it as a reference plane, take it as a reference plane where Z equal to 0 and pressure correspond is P0. So here one moves in positive z direction, this will be point A, and one goes in the negative z direction, that is downward, that is point B, this will be negative z. So one thing sure that if we moving upward from the reference plane, the pressure is going to decrease, and if one are moving downward from the reference plane, the pressure is going to increase. Okay, we have seen in the earlier part. Okay, if one is moving in the upward direction from the reference plane, the pressure is going to decrease, and if one are moving in the downward direction from the reference plane, the pressure is going to increase. So we know in this case PA equal to P0, PA equal to P0 minus P0 minus rho GZ, and PB equal to P0 plus rho GZ. So here instead of taking rho GZ, we taken as rho GH. So instead of Z we are using H. So H is the column or height we have to taken. Okay. So we can write down as PA equal to P0 minus rho GH, and PB equal to P0 plus rho GH. Okay. So these are the formula. We have replaced rho GZ by rho GZ. So the concept is, here note down, first one, if I move above the reference plane, if I move above the reference plane, I will select the minus sign, the negative sign or minus sign while writing the pressure. Okay. And second, if I move below the reference plane, I will select positive or plus sign. This is important while solving the manometer numericals. Okay, the numericals which are based on the manometers, you have to find out the pressure. So these two concepts are important. If you are moving above the reference plane, I will select the negative sign, that is minus 10, that is minus rho GH. We have seen it. And if I move below the reference plane, so I will use the positive sign, it is the plus rho GH. Okay. And here note down all these value we find, that is PA equal to P0 minus rho GH from the above diagram, and PB equal to P0 plus rho GH. All these value are find out by assuming the density is constant. So these formulae are applicable only when density rho is constant, that is incompressible fluid. For incompressible fluid, this is very important point. This is the incompressible fluid. This formula applicable only when the density is constant. Now if the density is variable, this concept, the above formula will not be applicable. So I will write down here, if density is variable, that is not constant, The above formulae, that is, we have write down PA, P0 minus rho GH, and PB, P0 plus rho GH will not applicable. So how to solve it? If density is variable, that is mass density is variable, you have to go by the basics, that is dP by dz minus rho g. Go by the basics, that is integral here minus rho g dz. Here rho is variable, so it will be go inside the integral, and you have to, by integration you have to solve the numerical. By integration we have to solve it. So if density is variable, this concept is not applicable, this formula is not applicable. Okay, and if density is constant, that is incompressible, for incompressible fluid, this formulas are applicable. So are you getting this point? Okay. Now the another concept, note down here, one more note. These are the concept we are learning here. We know P is equal to rho Gz, gauge pressure. Okay. For example, for water, we are find out the pressure. For 1 meter of column, that is H equal to 1 meter. Find out the pressure. Pressure is rho into G into H. So rho of water is 1000. G, acceleration due to gravity, we approximately taken as 10, and the height will be 1. So here we calculate the pressure is 10,000 Newton per meter square for water. Similarly, we have taken for air, for 1 meter of column of air, that is H equal to 1 meter. We know pressure is equal to rho into G into H. Here density of air at standard temperature, we know it is 1.2. P is equal to rho is equal to P by RT. We find out by this formula. At atmospheric pressure and atmospheric temperature, we will get 1.2 as a density of air, into G is 10 and H will be N, so it will be 12 Newton per meter square. Okay. So here 12 Newton per meter square with respect to this water is very low, very small quantity or negligible. It is negligible. So for both column is same, for water and air, the height of the column of liquid is same, that is 1 meter, but the change in pressure for the water is very fast in terms of pressure. Okay, in terms of pressure the change in water is very fast, but in case of air, the pressure due to the air will not sensitive for the low height. It will show very small quantity or very negligible quantity of change in pressure, okay, for air. So don't apply the formula, it is P equal to rho GH for air for small heights or low heights. Okay, so this is the concept we are learn here. So don't apply formula P rho GH for air for very small height, because it is not that much sensitive for air for the low heights. Got it? So these are the some applications of hydrostatic law. Now we are moving towards the application of Pascal law. Now we will see the application of Pascal law. What is Pascal law? We seen earlier. It is stated that at any point in a fluid at rest, the intensity of pressure is exerted equally in all the directions. It is stated that at any point in a fluid at rest, the intensity of pressure is exerted equally in all the directions. We have seen it, that is Px Py equal to Pz. We have seen this Pascal law. Now what are the applications of Pascal law? We see the application of Pascal law for hydraulic press. First. Okay, so what is hydraulic press? We will draw a diagram here. Okay, so here we will draw the hydraulic press diagram. Here we will have the plunger. Okay, the force will be at F force. This will be F force. Okay, this is called plunger, having diameter small d and area will be written as small a. Okay, and here the piston, here it is called as the piston, where diameter is denoted by capital D and area is capital A, area of cross section, and it is exerted by a weight W. Okay, and here inside this we have the liquid or any fluid. Okay, so this is the hydraulic press. Here we have taken lead, small a will be area of plunger, it is pi by 4 into small d square, and capital A is area of piston, it is denoted by pi by 4 into capital D square. So we have seen here some cases. Okay, so this is the hydraulic press. From one side there is a plunger and on another side there will be piston, and inside that there is a fluid, or this is the, okay, it will be acting some pressure on the plunger here, acting some pressure and the plunger, and here also act some pressure on this piston also. Okay, got it? So we will see the cases on this hydraulic press. The case 1 we will see. Case 1 is when plunger and piston are in same level. When plunger and piston are in the same level. Okay, so we see here. So in this diagram we are seen here the plunger and piston are on the same level. Okay, so the pressure act on the surface of plunger will be P, and here also the pressure act on the piston will be P by the fluid. here the diameter or area of the plunger is small a and the area of piston is small a. So at the same level, we know by the concept of hydrostatic law, we have seen at the same level the pressure is constant. And if you are moving horizontal, the pressure will be at same level. Pressure is constant. P is pressure. So here P equal to the force acting by the plunger is F, capital F upon A, and here on the piston pressure will be P, so force acting will be W upon capital A. So equate this F by A upon W by A when plunger and piston are on the same level. Pressure equal to F by A equal to W by A. So example, let here take the example. If force by the plunger is 1000 Newton and area of plunger is 1 meter square and area of piston will be 5 meter square, and if you find out the weight lift by the piston, here we know F by A is equal to W by capital A. So F will be 100, small a will be 1 meter square, here W upon A will be 5. So here we calculate W, weight lift by the piston is 500 newtons. So for if you apply the 100 Newton force on the plunger, it will lift the weight of 500 Newton. So it is also called as the force multiplier or amplifier. This case, this hydraulic lift is called as the force multiplier, or it is called as the amplifier, because for by the application of very small force, you are going to lift a very larger force with this application. Are you getting my point? So hence it is called as the force multiplier or the amplifier. Now we are moving towards the case number 2. So what is case number 2? So case number 2, we have to write down plunger is below the level of piston. Plunger is below the level of piston. Plunger is below the level of piston. Level of piston. We see this case number 2. Now in the case 2, we are saying the diagram here. Here this plunger is below the level of piston by distance y. So plunger is below by the distance y from the piston. So in this case, you have to mark, or you have to select, or you have to fix the datum first. So this is the horizontal line. From this I have marking. This is datum or reference. You have to fix first. Datum or no. Let this point will be O1 and this point will be O2. This point will be O1 and this point will be O2. So at this level, this is the same level, O1 and O2, because on the same reference plane. So the pressure will be same, because on datum the pressure PO1 equal to PO2, because they are on the same level. The point O1 and O2 on the same level, the pressure will be same. Here the PO1 at this point, the pressure will be acted by the plunger. So how to write down this? We see here P0 is at this point, it is F upon A, small a. Now at the same, now moving to horizontal, the pressure will be same. At this point you are moving upward. You start from this point PO1, that is F by A, pressure. Now you are moving now horizontally, and at this point from this you are moving upward, so it will be minus, because you are moving upward from the reference, minus, it will be rho into G into Y, we have seen in the hydrostatic law. Okay, and At this point, the pressure will be equal to pressure will be act on the piston, that is W by A. It will be W upon A. Are you getting my point? You are moving upward at this point, and at this point the pressure will be W by A. So F by A equal to rho Gy plus W by A. This is the formula we are getting. Okay. So here this rho Gy is called hydrostatic pressure due to liquid of column. Hydrostatic, we have seen here, we have already seen hydrostatic pressure due to column of liquid. Rho G Y or rho G H, whatever it may be, and this is W by A is the mechanical pressure simply because of the piston. Are you getting my point? So this is the we have derived. We have clear this concept once again in the nanometers. Okay, fix the datum first. Start from any point, that is PO1. So at this point here the pressure will be act is F by A. Now move horizontally. In the horizontal direction there will be no change in the pressure. So equal to here from this point you are moving upward. So it will be, this will be same pressure. So it will be minus, you are moving upward. So it will be minus rho Gy equal to W by A. Whatever will be the pressure. Now we will move to the case number 3. What is case 3? Case 3 is plunger is above the piston. Plunger is above the piston. Plunger is above the piston. Okay. Now we will draw the diagram. Now in this case, plunger is above the piston by a distance or height y. Okay. Here pressure will be act P, pressure will be act P. So the concept is fix the datum first. Fix the datum. Okay, our reference plane first. So we know we have taken, take this is as datum. This is the reference datum. So here point number O1 and here point number O2. Okay. So at the same level, at the same datum, the pressure PO1 equal to PO2. We have learned the concept. At the same level, the pressure will be constant. Now go by the concept. I will start from this point, PO2 point. Now write the equation of pressure. At this point PO1, what will happen? At this point I will start from O2. So it will be, the pressure will be W by A, and you are moving horizontal, so pressure will be same. And from this point O1 you are moving upward in the y direction, so minus, it is upward direction, you are moving from the reference in the upward direction from the reference point, so it will minus rho Gy, we have seen this, equal to, it will be F up by A, that is pressure by F. Are you getting point? So therefore W by A equal to F by A plus rho Gy. This is the formula for calculating any values when plunger is above the piston. Okay. So this is the case 3. Here we know this is the hydrostatic pressure due to the column of liquid, and this is the mechanical pressure. W by A is the mechanical pressure. Okay. So these are the these are the 3 cases for plunger and piston. Now we will move to the next concept or application. The next application of Pascal law is estimation of unknown height of structure, any structure. Okay. So how you find out? We know dP by dz is minus gamma, that is specific weight. So dP will be P2 minus P1, change in pressure, and dz will be Z2 minus Z1 equal to rho. So P2 by P1, P2 minus P1 equal to minus rho Z2 minus Z1. Okay, Z2 minus Z1. Here take this is, here we will measure the pressure P1 and here we will measure the pressure P2. It is at height capital H. Okay, this is the structure. So here P2 minus P1 equal to gamma Z2 minus Z1. So multiply by negative sign, multiplied by negative sign here on the both side. So P1 minus P2 equal to gamma, here Z2 minus Z1 will be same because here we will multiply Z2 minus Z1. So P1 minus P2 equal to specific weight into capital H. So therefore capital H equal to P1 minus P2 upon rho. Rho may be, this will be air, for air, because we are find out the height. So it will be P1 minus P2 upon rho of air into G. So we can find out this height of any structure if you know the pressure from point 1 to point 2. So this is the one of the application of Pascal law. So we have covered the properties or application of hydrostatic law and application of Pascal law. Now we will see some numerical based on this in this video. Now the numerical here is given is a tank 6 meter deep contains 4 meter of water and 2 meter of oil of weight density 8600 Newton per meter square. Determine the pressure at the interface of oil and water, and second at the bottom of the tank. So here solution, we'll first try to draw the diagram. For example, this is the water tank. This is the water tank. Okay, in this water tank, the total height of the tank is 6 meter. 6 meter. Okay. So here it contains 4 meter of water. So for example, this is the 4 meter. It contains the 4 meter of water. So this will be water. The height will be 4 meter. Okay. Now, and the 2 meter of the tank contains the 2 meter of oil. So consider this is the oil. This will be oil of 2 meter. And the weight density of oil is given as 8600 Newton per meter square. So this oil is open to atmosphere, that is free sphere. So take this is as P1. Pressure at this free surface is P1, that is P atmosphere, and P atmosphere we have taken while calculating the gauge pressure is 0. We have taken is 0. This will be P1. Now the pressure at the interface of oil and water will be taken as P2. This will be taken. This is the interface. This is the interface of water and oil. And at the bottom, the pressure will be P3. So you have to calculate first. What you have to calculate? Pressure at the interface of oil and water, that is P2 you have to calculate, and pressure at the bottom of the tank. So you have to calculate P3. You have to calculate. So you have to calculate first P2. So we know P2 is the gauge pressure at the oil at the interface of oil and water. So P2 will be take any first, fix the datum first. Fix the datum first. Okay. Any datum. We know this is the reference, we know this is the reference plane, datum plane. Take this is datum. And we know the value of this pressure at the datum P1 is 0. So P2 will be P1 because P2 equal to P1 at this datum point P1, and you are moving downward, so it will be plus rho GH plus rho GS. What is H? H will be 2 meter. At this, first you are finding to this P2, huh? So it will be H. So P2 is P1. P1 is nothing but atmospheric pressure plus rho G H. H will be 2 meter. What is rho G of oil? That is specific weight of oil is 8600. This rho G will be P2 equal to P1 plus of oil into H. So it will be P1 is 0 because it is atmosphere, open to atmospheric. So it will be rho of oil into H. So rho of oil will be 8600 Newton per meter square into 2 meter. So P2 will be, P2 is calculated as 17200 Newton per meter square. Okay. So this is the pressure at the interface of oil and water. Now we have to find out P3, pressure at the bottom of tank. P3 you have to find out. So taken this is the reference datum and you are moving downward. So it will be P3 equal to P1 equal to P1 plus, at this point it will be P2 plus, you are moving downward from this point, that is pressure due to 4 meter of water. P1 we know it is open to atmosphere, so 0. So P3 equal to P2 plus rho into G into H. So P2 we know 7200 Newton per meter square plus rho of water is 1000 into G 9.81. The height will be 4. So calculate. You will find out P3 as 56.44 kilopascal. 56.44 kilopascal. Okay. So this is the numerical. Now that's it for today. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, तुम्हाला जर आजचा व्हिडिओ जर आवडला असेल तर आमच्या चॅनल जीके ज्ञानला अवश्य सबस्क्राईब करा. येणाऱ्या सब्जेक्टची व्हिडिओ लेक्चर सिरीज आपण लवकर सुरू करणार आहोत. सो थँक्यू, धन्यवाद, जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.